Welcome back to uNikly Parent to Parent podcast. After our wonderful discussions about emotional intelligence in the first episode, today we're diving into something that I believe parents and children face as a problem, which is the importance of learning from failure and setbacks. Today, I'm very excited to host Sarah Malham, both a unique parent and an English certified teacher who's helped thousands of students grow and improve their English. Hello, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you so much. You forgot something very important. I'm also your wife.
Oh, and also my wife, only and forever lasting wife.
And we share the same daughter, by the way.
We do.
Yes.
All right. So that's a mistake I made.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So I have lots of questions, right? And these questions are based on your experience as a parent and your experience as a teacher as well. Now, before we talk about failure and how important it is to use it as a growth element for our children, let's first understand from you the difference between mistakes and errors, and how important is it for parents to understand that difference?
I think not everyone knows the difference between these two things, which is really important.
Right.
Where mistakes are like something you know about, something you have knowledge about it, but because of some let's say because of stress or carelessness, or maybe because of you rushed to do something, then in that case you made a mistake.
Okay.
Whereas errors, things you don't have the knowledge, you didn't know. Let's say, for example, I asked you to give me a sentence in the past simple. You don't know the past simple. I didn't teach you that earlier.
Right.
So you're gonna make an error because you don't have the knowledge.
Okay, so errors are produced when there's a lack in knowledge itself.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Yes. But mistakes, you know the information, but it slipped out of your
because
hand.
of factors.
Yes, because I didn't teach you that earlier. Right. You don't know. So that's the difference between errors and mistakes.
I may add something also. The way to put things together now, mistakes are made when there's lack of knowledge.
Yes, exactly.
And errors are made. No, I'm sorry, now I made a mistake. Errors are made when there's lack of knowledge, but mistakes are made due to carelessness.
Maybe you're rushing.
So how important is this difference in meaning for parents to understand, and how they can use it in stepping in or stepping out when they want to use this in the way they
When your kids fail, some parents, I think, they go crazy. They use their authorities and they start threatening their kids, I think. So they should know the difference between a mistake and an error. If I didn't teach my child that piece of information, let's say, I'm not supposed to get mad or something, or I'm not supposed, first I need to teach him or her, and then I see the outcome. Even if they make mistakes, still, I don't need to get mad or something. We need to work on that mistake together just to fix it. We all fail.
That's interesting. So when you say we need to work on this mistake together, how do you work it out with your child when it comes to understanding, mistakes in general?
There's something that I heard the other day. It was interesting, which is connecting before correcting. First, you need to communicate with your child. Sit, talk, analyze the mistake, why this happened, 1, 2, 3. And the things that we need to avoid later on in order not to do the same mistake again. That's what I think. I think getting mad, threatening will get you nowhere with your child.
Absolutely. I mean, one thing children will never, ever forget is the way their parents reacted when they made a mistake.
Yes.
But my question here, we're talking about reactions. Sometimes no actions is a reaction, right? Sometimes you step
Silence.
in Sometimes you step in and you step out. When do you decide to step in to correct a mistake? And when do you step out not to correct a mistake? It's okay for them to fail.
When I see my child is struggling to find a way out, that's where I step in. Just to give a hand or something.
And
for example,
yes.
let me give you an example. The other day she forgot her math book in school and she had homework.
Daughter, your daughter.
It's your daughter as well.
Our daughter, okay.
It's our daughter. Don't act like you don't know. I told her it's okay. I'm gonna text the teacher and tell her that you forgot your book so she doesn't get mad at you or something. But then I stepped back. It's her book, it's her homework, it's not my problem. I shouldn't step in. Let her forget the book, let the teacher talk to her, let her handle the consequences of her forgetting the book and not doing the homework. So I didn't step in, I stepped back. I was going to step in, but I changed my mind. Let her handle that thing. But another case where I stepped in is that the other day she lost her wallet. The wallet had her Metro card, her ATM card, her debit card, and everything was in it, even like the compound card, like the entrance card. I had to step in and help trying to find that wallet.
That must have been so stressful for you and for her.
She got so stressful, she couldn't even concentrate to find where the wallet was. So I had to step in and help her.
So it all has to do with the consequences.
Yes.
So if there's a test...
And the consequences and the situation, how bad the situation is, I think.
Okay, so let's say that she's got a test tomorrow and she's not preparing for it. What are the consequences?
The consequences? She's gonna fail the test.
And how? Now, do you look at these consequences as something temporary or long-term and permanent?
You know, you need to look at the 3 Ps. Like, you know, there's something called the 3 Ps. Yes, when there's a failure or something. The first P is take it easy. It's not permanent. We all make mistakes.
Okay.
Like, mistakes happen. It's not personal. It's not about you as a person. You know, you can fix it. And it's not pervasive. It's not
pervasive.
Pervasive, not gonna like spread for like your whole life.
It's unstoppable.
Yes. I saw a video the other day. It was really interesting.
Right.
They said, like, if you get something bad news, take it easy, don't worry, it won't last forever.
Right.
And even happy news, enjoy them. It won't either last forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So when there's a mistake, when you fail, it's all a process of who you are. It's a process.
Right. It's a mindset. It's
Yes.
a growth mindset.
Yes.
So let's circle back now with the 3 Ps. It's really important to look at the consequences and link them to the 3 Ps. So if the consequence of making such a mistake is not personal, is not permanent, and is not pervasive, then it's okay to make mistakes. So now, what about
It is okay to make mistakes, but what's not okay?
What's
to
not
repeat
okay?
the same mistake over and over again.
Okay, first-hand mistakes are okay to make.
Yes. Let's say first time, second time, okay, but then if it's repeated a lot, this is out of control.
Okay, let's differentiate. Let's make sure to understand the difference between the nature of 2 mistakes: not preparing for a test and not wearing a helmet when you get on a bike, for example. Both are mistakes,
Yes,
right? Which one you step in for? Which one you step out?
You need to first of all, you need to make sure that the mistake doesn't hurt you or hurt others. Not wearing a helmet, you will hurt yourself physically.
So here, parents should step in.
Exactly.
It's
yes.
not a learning opportunity.
Yes.
Right.
It's physical. It's gonna damage your child. But not going to an exam, this is a mistake. Forgetting to practice for your exam, it's a mistake. But I think parents shouldn't step in that case, because the consequences will reflect only on the child, which is a part of their growth in the future.
How do you connect this as a teacher, working with, learning is all about correcting mistakes. How do you handle correcting your students' mistakes on a day-to-day basis? And how do you use this process or methodology to raise your child when it comes to mistakes correction?
Analyzing the mistake, we sit, we talk, whether it's my child or my student. Like, what could we have done earlier in order to avoid this mistake? Is it here? Let's say, is it the grammar? Is it the spelling? Is it this? Is it that? Let's go over it, see what we could have done earlier in order to avoid it.
So it's like reflection on
exactly
the reasons.
Reflect on the mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. It's a part of our life.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. You cannot be perfect. We all make mistakes in order to learn.
And you shouldn't try to be perfect.
I still make mistakes.
Yeah.
And we learn every day.
Absolutely.
Yes, but the thing is, what I don't like is repeating the same mistake over and over again.
This means
That's
that
where
there's
the
no
problem
learning
is,
being
whether
established.
it's about my students, whether it's about my daughter, or me, or you. Yes.
Okay. Speaking of such now, why do you think, some students, some children keep making the same mistake over again and again and again?
I think here there's a psychological problem. I think they're trying to get somebody's attention in that case.
So it's intentional.
Yes. It's on purpose. I don't think it's a mistake anymore.
When we make mistakes, when our children make a mistake, we sit and talk to them and we try to implant in their mentality a growth mindset. Now, but when they do well, let's talk about praising. We all can't wait to praise our children.
This is also important.
Right.
We all love being praised. You know that.
Right.
Adults, kids, students, everyone.
What mistakes do parents make when they praise their kids?
They praise their personality, the trait. For example, you cannot say, let's say they did well in the exam. Oh, you're smart, amazing. No, that's a mistake. You shouldn't praise their trait. You should let's say, oh, good effort.
But if they did well on the exam, that means they're smart.
Exactly.
But we shouldn't say that you're smart.
No.
Okay.
You can't praise somebody's trait. It's in them.
So,
but you praise the action, what they did, the process they did in order to pass the exam. Let's say, great effort. Could you please show me what you did, how much time you spent, the effort you made studying for that exam. That's what you should praise.
Let me jump in here for a little bit. Now, so if I say, let's say John did well on the exam, a mistake I make is, John, you're a smart boy.
Nope.
John, you're a good boy.
No.
Okay.
Don't praise.
Or you're a good daughter.
No.
Okay. So you
praise
the efforts.
Action, the effort, what they did.
And you connect it to the consequence.
Yes, the process they made, the method they followed, the time they spent, the efforts. That's what you should praise.
Do you think it's a good idea to praise them from coming back from a mistake? For example, you've made that mistake before.
Of course.
I'm proud of you.
Of course.
You did so and so.
Yes.
And it's a comeback.
Yes. It's important. They feel accomplished. They feel that they learned out of something. Life is all about lessons.
No. Okay, so all in all, it is important for our kids to experience disappointment. And we want them to experience disappointment.
Of course. This is life.
But how important is it to prepare them for life? Now, it's difficult for parents. I see parents struggle with their own feelings seeing their kids fail. What kind of advice would you give these parents?
We all get frustrated when our kids fail, which is normal. We all feel bad. But I think you shouldn't transfer that feeling to your child that you're frustrated. You need to show your kids that you're strong in order for them to be strong as well, in order for them to face the challenges they have in their life. Because if they see you weak, they'll look weaker. You're the only support they have in their life. Not the only, but the biggest support they have in their life. So you need to show strength. You need to show that if you can, then they can.
Do you communicate that openly with your students and with your daughters, saying, like, look, it's okay to experience disappointment. Without disappointment, we cannot appreciate victory.
Yes. You need to be open. They need to learn.
And convert this, let's say, mistake into a learning experience.
Into a lesson.
Well, this is very exciting, and it's been very insightful. Now, Sarah, what one final message you would like to share with uNiK parents?
Nobody's perfect, and no one can be perfect.
And no one shouldn't be perfect.
Exactly, yes.
No one should be perfect.
I remember like 15, 17 years ago, I used to give private lessons to one of the students. The mom always wanted her girls, by the way, she had like 3 girls. She wanted the girls to get full marks in every exam. It must be full. Exam time is frustration for the whole family,
God.
even for me.
It's like you're at a fire station.
Yes, as if it's like a military camp. Because if they miss a fraction, the mom goes crazy, the girls cry, they get frustrated. This can never happen, ever. So the girls lived in such frustration for their whole school life, even the mom. One of the girls quit. She dropped school.
Uh-oh.
Yes, she couldn't take it anymore.
What age?
Grade 12.
Grade 12.
Yes. She didn't even go to university. She ran away.
Actually, this is a natural consequence. If you could talk to the parent now, to the mom, what would you say to her?
Take it easy on your kids.
Look what happened to your child.
Take it easy on your kids. They make mistakes. Nobody can be perfect, even when it comes to exams.
My question here, how do you...
And look, something important that I love about uNiK.
Did you see this?
Something that I love about uNiK.
uNiK, okay.
Exams, academic studies, they don't make you who you are.
Right, okay.
You as a person, your life experience. What I love about uNiK is like they care a lot about the kids' personality.
Yes, and the learning
about
opportunities.
The kids' growth, opportunity, learning, hands-on learning, more than, let's say,
papers and systematic, standardized,
or controlling or something like
exams.
that. That's what I love about them, and in my opinion, this is more important.
Actually, here they teach the children. They don't teach books. They teach children, which is
they
important.
teach about life, which is really much more important than anything else.
That's been pretty insightful.
That's
Thank
why
you
we
so
love
much.
uNiK.
Yes, that's absolutely one of the reasons now. It's been really exciting hosting Sarah. Now, just to put things all into perspective, we talked about the differences between errors and mistakes. We also talked about the process of analyzing the mistake when your child makes it. Sit and talk to them, right? The 3 Ps as well as a process where we connected to the consequences of the nature of the mistake. Also, we talked about praise, which is important to praise their efforts and connect it to the consequences of success. Now, this has been very joyful talking to you, Sarah. Appreciate it.
Of course, can you say something else?
I can't say that. I don't have the option of saying something else.
It was also very nice talking to you. Thank you so much for hosting me and for choosing me for this episode. Hope you guys enjoy the episode.
Thank you so much.
Hope guys you did well, and we gave you what you need to know.
Yes, and please let us know what you think. Feel free to subscribe and to comment. Tell us what you think about today's episode. Any other topics that you would like us to talk about? Anyone would like to be the guest in episode number 3? That would be great. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.